And we're on, hopefully. Hopefully I have the audio right this time.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, and Coyote Con.
And now we have to
Nice.
wait what is it, 5 seconds, 15 seconds to know if I fucked up the audio or not?
So, everybody, Anarch Angel here with Neil King Coyote Con and my screaming child. And,
I did not add him to the list of gun parts, unfortunately.
yeah. We'll, be right back real quick. Alright.
There's no lovely audience in the credits. I guess they should have been the ammo.
We need to add the lovely audience in next time.
Yeah,
We do have a
indeed.
chat.
So we have a rather short list of topics today, although one of them could go rather long or short depending on how much we want to get into it.
Yeah. So, where do we want to begin here?
I leave that up to you, decision man.
Of course. That's my job as the host, right? Alright, so, I guess we'll start with the oldest first here. So we got the text on, what was it? We had a shooting in Texas. I want to say Monday, but it might have even been before then. I think it was Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. It was obviously Sunday. So, we had a shooting in Texas. Some angry fedora went into a church, shot up, and then
Yes. I wonder if I can pull up said Angry Fedora. I was gonna pull up the actual Angry Fedora from the Twitter mentions, except then I remembered that my Twitter mentions are complete hot garbage now. Thanks, by the way, whoever is responsible for that.
well, I have a feeling that probably our group of friends, many of whom are.
So basically, we're talking about the church shooting, I presume.
Yeah.
So there's this nutcase who went into a church with a what is it, AR-556, which I'm
I
not a
actually
gun
don't
nut,
know.
so I can't say if that's a 15 or not. I think it is, but God knows. Everything's an AR-15 to the news anyway. So he went in there and he just started shooting people.
Yeah.
And then, at one point, when I believe he was outside, though I'm not entirely sure on that, a good Samaritan runs out with his rifle without shoes and shoots at the guy, basically, with an AR-15.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stops him. In fact, there are definitely people alive who wouldn't be if not for him. And then the guy drops his gun, jumps in a car, and drives off. The Samaritan then runs up to a passing vehicle, talks to the driver, jumps into that car, and they chase the guy down the road until eventually he crashes, and then they hold him at gunpoint until the police show up. Although they didn't know that he had killed himself, they just knew he was still sitting in the vehicle.
In the vehicle.
So that's what happened. And of course, you know that as soon as it happened, there was nothing but banned guns now.
Oh yeah. Well, there was more than just handguns now. There was a
Yep.
series of very hateful quotes, which are
Oh,
kind of part now.
oh, can I pull that up? I had forgotten about that. Oh, boy.
Oh, I didn't.
Unfortunately, because I was finagling with a video, I didn't have the image up right away. But holy shit! I just realized what you're talking about.
Mm.
Okay, here's what so many people have screenshotted this damn thing. So, you know. Oh, that's funny, John. What? No, give me an actual image host, you piece of shit. Okay, there we go. And voila!
What do we got?
Oh, right, you can't. I really had
Oh,
to fix
yeah.
that. Will Wheaton.
Yeah, I don't see it on the screen. Like I'm looking at us live and
Oh.
oh, you know what? It's probably because of me. There we go. Yes.
Will Wheaton, Will Wheaton. You can guess that this caused quite a stir. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
there
have
was
his.
one more vicious than that.
Was there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Um.
I don't suppose you have that. You're
I'm
gonna
looking.
type it in on your little phone keyboard. I really need to improve the technical setup.
Oh shit, he
What?
might have blocked.
Was it Will Wheaton as well, or was it someone
Yeah.
else?
Yeah, it was the one before that one.
Oh wow, there was more than one. Okay, I'll just
Oh
scroll.
yeah, there was a series.
Oh wait, he has me blocked. No, he doesn't. Oh, he
Oh
doesn't have me blocked. Holy shit, I thought he had me blocked.
no, he deleted the tweet. Is what happened.
Ah. Well, he got enough
Uh,
shit, rightfully so.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that's worse. That's much worse. Holy shit, man.
We got it up.
Yeah. The murdered victims were in a church. If prayers did anything, they'd still be alive, you worthless sack of shit. He's
Yeah.
subtweeting Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan saying reports out of Texas are devastating. The people of Sutherland Springs need our prayers right now.
Yeah. Fuck this. Will we?
So, what kind of bubble do people exist in that they think that this type of behavior will not reflect badly on them? Like, I don't
Oh,
mean.
I don't.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's archives of it. I just don't have them on hand because obviously images are a lot easier to spread than archives. It's a tactic I miss from Gamergate that people don't seem to do. These tweets, if they were Gamergate related, they would have text added to them with an archive URL.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
missed that as well.
yeah, people don't do that because this outrage is obviously well outside Gamergate.
Mm.
So other people don't have those standards yet.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So
I do miss that.
yeah, there was an interesting thing about the guy's Facebook account. Let's see if I can still find this. Well, first, he his Facebook page was obviously taken down before they really released the name. Although some people managed to get screenshots of it, mostly from phones. Like no one ran an archive on it, annoyingly. But he people were able to find some of the groups he was in. And it was mostly like atheist groups, or was it pages he liked, I should say, because that's how Facebook works, right? I don't use it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it.
Yeah, so he had like 3 or 4 atheist groups all liked, and then he had like CNN and pretty much nothing else of consequence.
Mm.
So obviously the news couldn't spin it that way, so they just stuck to the gun thing. But then they had the problem that it was stopped. He was stopped by someone with a gun, and it gets even crazier.
Oh yeah.
So
anti-gun
I should add real quick. People tried to link this to Antifa. There was a picture going around of his Facebook page, showing the header with the gun, a picture of his face, and the Antifa flag collaged together. That Antifa flag, to the best of our knowledge, did not appear anywhere on his Twitter page.
Okay.
So yeah, but
the thing is, I wouldn't have been surprised if he was Antifa.
oh, certainly wouldn't have been, indeed.
Mm.
Yeah, so he oh, that's interesting. I had never noticed that. Someone's gonna have to tell me how Facebook works because this picture I'm about to show.
Okay.
Uh, I thought he had posted the picture of the gun, but then I see him here. It looks like he's reacting to a picture,
Possibly might be. He might have commented on.
but then that's someone else's posting. I'm quite perplexed by that.
Let's see. Oh wow, yeah. Facebook's so much different from when I used to use it.
Well,
I think
really
that is him. I think that is him commenting or him like, I don't know, sharing somebody.
sharing someone reacting to his header graphic. But yeah, that's
Maybe.
that's the gun, and people have looked at this gun and they know exactly which one it is from looking at it. They know what attachments he has. They know that he, people were trying to figure out how he had this gun, because the assumption is, oh well, he must have, the laws must not be enough, or he must have illegally bought this weapon, or something. Well, this is quite the thing. This guy's story. You know how the meme goes around where it's, oh well, white people did something, let's blame mental issues.
Yeah.
This guy actually had mental issues. Like he broke out of a do they call them asylums still? Mental health hospital, whatever. He broke out of a mental hospital. Not immediately before doing this act, but basically, he was arrested, detained. He was in a mental institute and everything else, institution, because while he was in the Air Force, he cracked his child's skull.
Jesus.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
didn't know all that.
Dishonorably discharged, knocked down to the lowest rank, and confined for a considerable amount of time. Well, considerable enough that it on its own would have prevented him from getting a gun, not counting the dishonorable discharge, which I'm pretty sure would also prevent him from getting a gun. But guess what the Air Force didn't do?
They didn't file the paperwork saying that he couldn't get.
Yep, no paperwork filed. This guy went into a gun store and just bought a gun, several guns, I think, as if nothing was wrong. He was checked into the system, and they checked the system. Everything's A-okay. He passed all the background checks because the Air Force never reported him, as they are required to by law. So, we have a man, a white man, who takes a gun, several guns actually, goes to a church, kills a bunch of people, is stopped by a man with a gun, chased down by two people, one with a gun, one with a truck of considerable speed, it appears. And this man should not have been allowed to buy a gun under multiple laws. And the narrative in all the news is gun control now.
Pretty much.
Yep. Yeah.
You gotta love the irony of these situations. Well, like I said, it's about the only thing you can love about it, honestly.
That, like, it just amazed me. Like as soon as this happened, all the Fedora atheists all over the internet were screaming about, the prayers aren't doing anything. It's time to, it's time to go after. It was just really, really.
Well, lack decorum, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the sort of thing you do after a tragedy like this.
Right.
So we've got Super Fedora. We've got I'm not sure what the classification is for all the anti-gun rhetoric, but we got that. We have the well, it's a white guy, so they're gonna blame mental health people out, even though like we literally have him. Oh, I didn't mention what he did when he escaped from said mental institution. He attempted to procure firearms and then sneak them onto an Air Force base.
Of course he did.
Probably to kill the superiors that had put him into said mental institution. I keep saying mental institute like you're learning there. So yeah, literally crazy guy. Like, 2 times over, it seems. Not allowed to buy a gun 2 times over. And yet the system failed, not because of the laws, but because people didn't do what they were required to by law.
Of course.
But also, isn't that gun scary? Look at how scary that gun looks. It's so much scarier than a normal AR-15. It's got more numbers on after it, guys. I mean, we can't have that gun. It's got too many numbers. Like 556. That's such a high number.
And those mods.
It's those sick mods, that flashlight and strap.
I mean, you know that flashlight that turns it from a standard hunting weapon into a weapon of absolute destruction of humankind.
Sadly, I don't see the chainsaw bayonet.
So what was the deal with the chainsaw bayonet? Did some news agency really report that?
Kind of. Let me pull that up from my session history real quickly.
I saw like USA Today was posting a bunch of really silly stuff.
It started a whole hashtag. Okay. I based our intro off of this lovely thing.
Yeah.
This video here. This video was the one that goes through, and they're going through possible modifications. Some are common, some are rare. Okay, first, the trigger crank, I'm pretty sure that doesn't, like, make it so that you crank really fast to shoot really fast. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's more for people who have trouble with the trigger, actually. But, okay, fine. Trigger crank, let's assume that you can go full Spurg auto with that. There's your chainsaw bayonet. USA Today had to reply to their own tweet and say, to clarify, the video shows both the shooter's modifications as well as other possible modifications. The shooter did not use a chainsaw bayonet.
Basically, USA Today.
Chainsaw bayonet. I love it. Like, that can't be a real thing.
Oh no, it's a real thing. You can go buy it. It's kind of a gag gift. It's kind of a gag gift, but yeah, it's a real thing.
But yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, USA Today thinks we live in Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, they go on to explain the variant he had, which has a heat disperser and a different stock, and then he got a larger capacity on it for ammo. He had that absolutely devastating grip for his other hand. Can't forget that. But yeah, obviously this is the type of thing that news does all the time when they want to relate things in your head. They want you to think that oh, he had a chainsaw. They don't want you, but then when enough people call them out on it, they have to clarify. But they're hoping that people don't pay attention to this clarification. They're hoping that people just think of this, think, oh my god, they can put chainsaws on them. We have to ban it all. I almost put warp nacelles on the AR on the. I don't even know if this is an AR-15 or if a 5.56 is something different. But on the AR-5.56 from our intro, I almost included warp nacelles, but I ran out of time.
Ah, it's alright.
Look at these. Oh, that's quite a tall gnome, we'll say. Where's the gag one here? I don't see it anymore. There was a reply that showed an act. Oh, there it is. There's the zombie one. It's sold by. It's a novelty chainsaw attachment for fighting zombies.
Ah.
It's inherently unlikely to ever be anything, and chainsaws are kind of useless for actually attacking people, by the way.
Yeah. I knew that.
Yeah.
I mean, let's take this firearm that we've gone so far as to put an extra sight on, and a flashlight, and a handle and such. Let's take this powerful firearm, and let's put something really heavy on the front of it that kind of sticks a weight out, and
vibrate.
And vibrates. I mean, they made another model with where the battery is on a wire, so you can mount it further back on the gun to try to balance it out. But no, the thing you were gonna shoot with this giant oblong attachment under my gun, or I'm going to not use the bullet feature of my gun for which it was designed. I am going to instead run up to people and hit them with the chainsaw. And then my chainsaw is going to get stuck inside of the first person I use it on, and I'm screwed.
Well, unless it's a zombie, and then you just come through it. Because that's how it works with zombies.
So this was so ridiculous that it spawned a hashtag. Oh, nuclear missile. USS Kitty Hawk. All of San Antonio, Texas. Wonderful attachments. What was the hashtag called? Ah, yes. Possible modifications. A whole hashtag just full of shit. Well, I guess they all are normally full of shit, but I mean, you want to stick a tank on your on the end of your AR-15, you can.
I made a comment relating to modding the AR.
I love how you know how Twitter shows involved accounts or the most like a related account when you search for a hashtag?
Yeah.
USA Today is the account under people for this.
Oh, of course it is.
Because everybody's tweeting at USA Today and possible modifications. I like this one. This is the most deadly attachment you can have. It's just socialism. Underslung, of course.
Of course.
You don't want socialism on top because you'll have trouble seeing. Sickle doesn't make a good sight.
I'm trying to find where
But yeah, we're actually in the state in this country now where, or I guess on the planet now, but especially in this country, where a massacre happens at a church, and people have to be assholes so quickly. Politics have to come up so quickly that now we're memeing about guns and attachments for guns. I saw one. It was absolutely terrifying. They mounted a Pinto with the back of the Pinto facing forward.
Oh.
I mean that's incredibly deadly. Oh, here's a good one. And it's okay to be white sign. That's just so deadly and offensive that it's gonna kill people if they see that. It's like the Joker's gun where he pulls the trigger and it just says bang. Only it says it's okay to be white and everyone just dies.
I gotta
You still looking?
Oh no, I found it. I posted in the Discord.
Oh, you did. I am a blind person. Excellent.
No, I just posted. You're not blind.
I mean, my blindness is not excellent. Oh, it captures the windows. That's... I need to work on that. As far as I'm concerned, if my assault weapon doesn't have a nuclear grenade launcher attachment mounted on it, it's not even a real firearm. You know, that's not impossible. The problem is that the nuclear mortar was considerably large, so I would have to say that it's more likely that the nuclear mortar would have the AR-15 underslung, not the other way around.
Perhaps. I don't know. It feels more proper to just have, you know, the grenade launcher attachment underslung to the AR-15, so you could launch like your nuclear hand grenade, and you know it goes like 30 feet. It goes like 30 feet in front of you, and then blows up like a 3-mile radius.
When do we get the... Go ahead.
Well, as far as media is concerned, the AR-15 is without doubt the most deadly weapon.
How are you not following? Did you unfollow me?
Wait, what? Oh, wait, I'm not logged in on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't critique my following now.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's true. I can't.
I
Like,
don't
well,
worry.
oh shit.
I'm probably gonna switch back to capturing Chrome in the near future because Brave is too weird.
Hmm.
But yes, I'm being brave and I'm trying a new browser, as they say.
I like Brave, but it definitely has some weird hangups. Like I use Brave and Chromium together.
So, when do we get the mod for one of the current games that's hot right now for the AR-15 underslung various attachments and top attachments and side attachments and everything else? When do we get this? When do we get the chainsaw mod and it's just called the USA Today mod?
That would be great. Hopefully soon. Like
Of
I don't know what game you
course.
would mod. Like I don't know shooter games enough to know what game would be best to mod that, but that's gotta exist. Like I'm surprised
Unfortunately,
they're not already on that.
I just realized. You know what would happen though? It would immediately also come packaged with the level of the church.
No, you're probably
Oh well. It was a good idea while it lasted, and then it became bad.
yeah.
I'm not sure what else to say on this. I mean, we could just go through a giant gallery of famous people bitching about the guns being around and talking about how their religion didn't save them, so they should have been atheists or something. Because
Yeah,
it was more than just Will Wheaton.
yeah. There was another one. Was it like I don't actually know who this guy is? Like Malcolm Ian Black. Hold on, I'll see if I can find him.
uh, but yeah,
The I
oh,
wanted.
who was it who blamed white people and said the media was just going to say he was crazy because he was white, but saying that it's terrorism if it's a Muslim, but it's mental illness if it's a white person. I forget, or white
Is
man.
that Malcolm X that said that? I feel like that was Malcolm X that said that.
It was probably Talcum X.
Which Malcolm X blocked a long time ago.
Someone really should. I'm sure they've already registered the Talcum X Twitter. Somebody has, but they should just register the Talcum X Twitter and then just have no tweets on it, and the bio just says, "This is my backup account. My real account is here," and link to Sean King.
Yeah, I'm certain Malcolm X has been well taken by now. Yeah, Michael Ian Black.
Oh dear, more of these little twits.
Which I actually don't know who this guy is, but he's a check mark.
Well,
And he's apparently for some reason.
how many check marks are there on Twitter at this point? I mean, seriously. Actually, they had to stop. Did you hear?
They had to stop giving out check marks.
Yeah, they had to stop giving out check marks because they gave one to the leader of that Unite the Right thing, and everybody got pissed off, so they stopped giving
Oh,
out check marks. I don't know if they've started giving them out again.
that's funny. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Who's that? Jason Kessler?
Yeah, Kessler.
Kessler, they gave one to him. That's funny.
Yep.
Kessler actually used to follow me on Twitter, and I didn't know that. And then I was talking shit about him because of, he essentially, because I'm convinced he's a plant. But yeah, he blocked me.
Why was he following you?
I don't know why he was following me. I was shocked. Like I was looking over to see who'd unfollowed me or whatever. It said like Jason Kessler unfollowed you. I'm like, wait, he followed me in the first place? I had no idea, and he's got me blocked now. Like, I'm kind of proud of that.
Oh right, I am blocked. I am blocked by Talcum X.
Yeah, I
I
am
don't
too.
even
He
know.
uses
He's got to be using a list, yeah.
yeah, him and D-Ray both.
Oh, by the way, Michael Ian Black is apparently in filmography. Let's see, what are his movies and TV shows and stuff? Who is he? Wet Hot American Summer 10 years later. Okay. Dogs in the Park. Never heard of it. Another Period. Never heard of it. The Jim Gaffigan Show. Inside Amy Schumer TV series.
Ew. Ew.
Why? This man has been on Inside Amy Schumer. This man was inside Amy Schumer.
I don't want to be on or in or anywhere close to Amy Schumer. Ew.
Yeah, we've got Sean King as noted. Don't worry, everybody. It was a white man who slaughtered half the church in Texas. That means everything's fine. No terrorism. Well, and thank you, Coyote Khan, for digging that up.
Yeah.
Well,
No problem.
the funny thing is, it would be terrorism if he had done it because they were Christians.
Mm.
Oh, yes, we haven't gone to the motive, have we? They believe that it's because his... Is it an ex or a current? I'm not sure. But not the one whose kid that he cracked the skull of. No, I mean a second one was involved in this church, although they weren't there at the time. And the belief is that he might have been gunning for her, although she wasn't there. So why did he mow down a bunch of people and then start? I heard he was from one of the people inside that he was going through and killing the people who were down just to make sure. So until the Samaritans showed up. So
Right.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Sean King. I'm not sure what else to say on this, honestly. We're still not entirely sure what the guy's motive was. I mean, did you hear any more than I have on that?
No. Something about, like, somebody you knew attended the church. I know that. I want to say, like, a grandmother or something.
Maybe it was, now that I think about it, I think it was the mother-in-law that was there, which means the mother from the other side of the relationship. So it wasn't the wife or possible wife or ex-wife or whatever. It was the mother of the possible ex-wife, whatever she was.
Good.
Yeah, apparently there have been threats sent beforehand. Also, I read something about someone working at the church and nearby the church, and I'm not sure what that was. I think it was in the claims trying to say he wasn't an atheist.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Apparently, like, he used to be a member of the church when he was younger, or of a church. I don't know if it was this specific.
Yeah, and don't you know, if someone was in a church, that means they can't be an atheist anytime after that.
Yeah, I was just say, to be honest, most vehement atheists usually started off by being very fanatical in whatever religion they were in.
It makes sense, honestly, because if you're loose in your religion, you're less likely to feel like you need to leave it.
Yeah, it's like because it's like the fanaticism's there, but when they they lose the conviction to their faith and they become atheists, they never lose that.
Well, here's a line from the Wikipedia page on this. Kelly attended the First Baptist Church in Kingsville, Texas, from May to June 2014, and volunteered as a helper for one day of vacation Bible school. Later on, he stopped volunteering at the summer Bible class and began posting about atheism online.
One day.
Yeah,
of actual helping.
Yeah.
That's astounding. But yeah, that was the proof that he was, because the problem is that if there was any motivation applied to the religious side of things, which I mean there doesn't need to be because there is the primary motive and the actual threats to the mother-in-law. But if there was any chance of it, then it could count as terrorism because it would then be thus political and ideological. We can't have that.
Right.
I'm having one of those days where my software hates me.
So, there was more information a little bit more information came out about Rand Paul's assault. I didn't realize how bad it was.
How many broken ribs does he have?
He's got like 3 or 4 broken ribs and a bruised lung.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, like when they said assault, like I thought like somebody like went up and punched him like in the face once or something. I didn't realize.
Basically, from what I understand, what happened was he was tackled from behind.
Jeez.
He had like earplugs on.
Hmm.
He had no clue what was going to happen. And actually, you know how the narrative is being that the guy attacked him because of a
lawn dispute or some
Landscaping.
shit.
Landscaping dispute.
Apparently, all the neighbors say that Rand Paul kept a excellent lawn.
You know, that doesn't surprise me.
Well, you have to be careful because if your lawn is too bad and it kind of spreads outside of the confines of your lawn and affects someone else's, that's a violation of the NAP. Now you see, Coyote Khan is much more responsible than I am because he's using archive links.
Very nice. I'm gonna drop FI and invite.
Oh dear. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
6 broken ribs. What the heck is a oh dear, medical words. I get enough medical words in my life.
What's the hold on.
Oh wow, buildup of fluid between the tissues that line the lungs and chest. Yeah, that
Plural. Yeah.
that bruised
Plural,
lung includes fluid.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's serious.
We have gained a cat, but the cat is not saying anything.
Oh, I don't think he's on. He's just.
Hey,
There we go.
Hey,
Hey,
how goes it?
it's going pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh,
Good.
we're good. Rand Paul appears to be a bit injured.
Poor
Yeah.
guy.
That's actually really, really bad.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, when I first heard he was assaulted, like I just assumed he was like punched in the face or something. I didn't realize it was like something this severe. That's insane.
basically, the way I look at it is, this is bad. It could have been a lot worse.
That's true. It's
Yeah,
like of all the people to attack, like why Rand Paul? Like he's
well, it's simple. They're next door neighbors.
oh yeah.
Because these people really despise libertarians.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. It's just I mean, Rand Paul is like the last politician I would which is I guess why he would be the first politician from other
Yeah, this is actually quite bad. Look at the. Oh
Oh yeah.
my.
But they can but he's in the hospital, so that can I mean, it's bad. Like I'm not going to say it's not bad, but like he'll recover. Thankfully. Jesus.
Alright, it looks like I'm gonna have to spend my time that would have gone to the next intro thing on reprogramming or coming up with an alternate to the avatar thing, because Jesus Christ, it's crashed 5 times.
Oh, really? The cat girl's not working well?
I don't know what it is. Probably my GPU graphics update or something.
So since we're on the topic of politicians anyway, I'll move
Uh-oh.
on to the corruption in the DNC, Donna Brazil.
Yes, that has changed a little bit since we last mentioned it, hasn't it?
A bit.
Like, what is the, I know that she's kind of backpedaling a bit.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good word.
What interview was it? On one of her interviews, she said that it wasn't that she said it was fixed, even though we have the text of the article would know that that's what she said. She said that it was a cancer in the DNC, not election fixing or primary
Yeah,
fixing.
it wasn't a fix. It was just a cancer.
Oh wow! I just found a hot. Oh, okay. I really need to get an auto archive. That's this Slate article that just popped up. I'm pretty sure that would violate terms of service, Billy.
I kind of want one now.
No.
Please don't.
You know, because like I am not going to throw down into that.
I
not
need to
going-
figure out how to make these from scratch and
Oh, yeah.
everything else. It's a long road. I'm probably gonna have to shift to something else though.
Hmm.
So what I just discovered, this article is, look at this, Slate, go gadget Slate. We're gonna solve the problem. We're gonna say that there's absolutely nothing wrong. It's Donna Brazil that is the cancer.
Cancers. Wow, that's amazing.
Are they? How detached from reality are they?
Slate's usually not. I mean, Slate's always been left leaning, but Slate's usually not too terrible. So I'm genuinely surprised by this. Like, that's the kind of headline I'd expect on Salon, or you know,
Yeah.
BuzzFeed, or you know, CNN. Well, CNN's probably just going to avoid talking about it altogether and pretend like it never. CNN.
I found what it was. It was DNC not rigged, but there was cancer. MSNBC, Donna Brazil interview.
There was cancer.
Hence the DNC cancer is Donna Brazil. Wow. She okay. I don't know how many people are in the chat or how big the delay is,
9.
but I am curious how many people think that Donna Brazil has written this article and is talking about this the way she is because she doesn't want to die before publishing her book.
You're probably right.
1 for doesn't want to die, and 2 for this is just advertising. And we will get some votes eventually if they're paying attention.
Yeah, I think she's basically just now hedging her bets because, yeah, I think the Clintons do knock off people.
Yeah, she doesn't want to end up with suicide with a bullet in the back of her head. And Billy Fighter said Slate probably has another article praising her, and Korik suggests that Donna Brazil is a Russian agent.
She got paid off by Putin. That's why she changed sides. That's why the praise that I'm sure they gave her earlier is. Look, we got 1-1.
Yeah, basically, from what I've heard, whenever she became the DNC chair after, what is her name?
Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
Yeah, I believe that's who it was. Hello.
Your cat. Your cat's doing weird things. Its mouth is moving, but you're not talking.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Are you looking at the
I
street?
forgot that my video is 30 seconds. Leave me alone. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm about to correct. I'm about to give you a solution.
Yeah, we'll worry about that next time. I'm so bad at this. Okay.
So yeah, she's walking it back. It's what kind of line is she trying to walk here? Where she talks about how basically there's tons of people on staff who shouldn't be. Obama was the cause of all sorts of financial issues. The Hillary Clinton campaign basically owned the DNC from before the primary was even called, and was using it for essentially money laundering. All of that. Go ahead.
From my understanding, the people that were still on were analysts from 2012 on the behest of President Obama.
Yeah.
Essentially, he was just giving them money. And basically, Obama had some sort of deal where he was going to pay back the DNC in 2017. So they took on a huge amount of debt, and they had to get that paid by the Clinton campaign. And basically, the Clinton campaign's requirement was, you're basically an arm of our campaign.
Right.
Yes, it was amazing. Actually, that they were funneling. We mentioned this last week, but they were funneling money from local campaigns that was collected via the Victory Fund, and distributing it basically to Hillary Clinton before she had even won. It's like they were using the DNC basically to violate campaign finance law, and yet I think the way they did it, they can probably get away with it.
Probably. Okay. Oh, hey. Real-time video for me.
If it works.
If it works.
I probably used the wrong URL. No, that's the right URL.
You're probably right. I just gotta get it. For whatever reason, when I try to link something off of Discord, it defaults to using Microsoft Edge, which is, the worst browser in existence. So
now, you see, my solution is that my default browser is a browser picker.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Okay, so what else is there about this, if anything else? I mean,
I don't know. There's too much else. I mean, what kind of?
There was the story that said that her book's going to be dedicated to Seth Ridge.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that. Isn't that an interesting choice? And one has to wonder, why did she do that?
That's very interesting.
Okay, this is interesting. Also, I'm just gonna pop this Google search over here just to show the search itself. Oh, I will be too zoomed in.
So they're bitching about Donna Brazil because she's actually exposing their shit.
Yes.
Well, the DNC's basically fucked at this point. So what's she gonna do there? I mean, her best path right now is to figure out a way to make a lot of money, the book, while not getting killed.
Yeah, that's the hard part, right?
The not getting killed part is my favorite part of that plan. It is the part that I think is the most important.
Yes.
But yeah, Donna Brazil.
It would
It's-
look suspicious if they were to give her a suicide by shotgun shells to the back of the head.
Well,
But
no,
that wouldn't stop him.
being a woman, her primary or her likely form of suicide, if she was to actually kill herself, would probably be a drug overdose. Not a hard drug, but like a pharmaceutical.
Right.
That's the most likely. So.
You seem to miss what I meant by.
Oh, I know what you meant. I'm just saying I don't think the Clintons are that dumb.
That's
think
basically how
it's-
other cases of Clinton opponents' deaths were dismissed by police departments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Suicide. Back
yeah,
of
that-
the head.
that's true. Actually, yeah.
It's not incompetence. It's corruption.
Yeah.
Corruption, self-preservation. But yeah, I like these titles here. 23 hours ago on Mediaite, Donna Brazil gets emotional discussing Seth Rich murder. Don't make me cry. Wow, this is... Okay, go back to that. I loved him. Donna Brazil chokes up over Seth Rich. And, Donna Brazil, I hope to God we find out who murdered Seth Rich.
I like on the Daily Caller article there, it says former intern had Donna Brazil worried Seth Rich was either killed for being white or by Russians.
Wait, wait.
Killed by white Russians.
Is that FO a valid URL for archive.is?
I don't know.
Apparently it is.
Archive.fo is it's basically a lot. It's the alternate option in case you're having trouble getting archive.is to work.
Nice.
Of course, because of the way Google is, I have to unfortunately click the link to get the true URL and then close it and then finally come here and paste it in because Google masks the URL. So they get a click from me anyway. Yep. I like her book, Hacks, or the upside down. Is the cover here? No, it's not here. With the upside down White House on it. It's a lot better than the red White House Time tried to pull off. With the thing that's not the Kremlin, but everyone thought was the Kremlin.
Whatever it seems is the Kremlin. Birch or whatever.
So yeah, former interim Democratic National Committee head Donna Brazil worried Seth Rich was either killed for being white or by Russians.
Somehow I don't think either of those was the case.
Russians.
Those are Russians. It's always the Russian. Damn Russians always hacking everyone's elections.
Russians. She had, obviously there was no, she didn't have Russians in her mind until later on in the process. I have to wonder, if they actually believe this stuff, because we have seen how many people have actually deranged themselves. They believe all of the crazy shit that they're saying. They believe that Trump is a fascist, despite the fact that they can still protest without a problem.
Oh yeah.
And everything else. It's quite special. Lest we forget the ad that we just watched yesterday, which is actually a little bit old, for Brianna Wu.
For the oh yeah, we could probably play that.
I'm sure everyone's seen it, but we might play that later anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kinda wanna play the Trumpzilla one.
It's a bit old, but apparently an Archangel here had never seen it.
No, I didn't make a
He had
point to
been
watch it.
spared, and then I linked him to it. I had
And
been
then I became
spared, actually, until I saw it by accident. Brave, why do you start highlighting if I hold down the middle mouse button? What is this shit?
hate.
What the fungal? Oh, I should just read the quote, shouldn't I? I felt some responsibility for Seth Rich's death. I didn't bring him into the DNC, but I helped keep him there working on voting rights. With all I knew about the Russians hacking, I could not help but wonder if they had played some part in his unsolved murder. Besides that, racial tensions were high that summer, and I worried that he was murdered for being white on the wrong side of town. That's actually possible. My friend, Elaine, expressed her doubts about that, and I heard her. The FBI said that they did not see any Russian fingerprints there. The FBI actually checked for Russian involvement.
For Russian fingerprints? Well, the thing is, even if it was a racially motivated crime, I think, honestly, his wallet would have been taken.
Yeah.
Racist.
I mean, yeah, I know. It's terrible. I mean, that would be the case for, like, any racially motivated crime. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't take his wallet. I mean, the fact that he was killed and his wallet wasn't taken suggests that he was murdered for a reason other than, you know, something as superficial as his race or wanting his wallet, you know.
I'm wondering now which book I should get. Should I get the Hillary Clinton book? Because Pepperidge Farm apparently remembers. I wish that was in there, but it's not. It should be. Or should I get the Donna Brazil book?
Well, I wouldn't pay for the Clinton book. I mean...
Well, I mean, I didn't say anything about paying. I have limited
Donna
time.
Brazil book would probably be more accurate in account of what's been going on.
Yeah, but the Hillary Clinton book will be more humorous.
Nah.
But
did you see that episode? When we were talking about Hillary's book? That was probably her best episode.
The excerpts from that book were amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Hillary is pretty boring, though.
Oh, no, she's
Hillary,
boring, but whoever wrote her book...
Hillary Clinton is batshit crazy, and it's hilarious. Like, she was talking about voodoo dolls and shit, man. Like, that woman is not...
And she
it was really funny to read. And then on top of that, there's just, like, random ads placed in the middle of it.
It's like random pranks.
Yeah, she started her campaign over a Chipotle burrito.
What a shill.
It's...
Like, I'm telling you what, if you want a good laugh, FI, when you get a chance, I'll find that episode where we did. That was probably our best episode, man. We were just reading excerpts out of her book. Really funny.
So,
that would be fun.
Who thinks we're gonna find Donna Brazil dead in a ditch one day?
I find it doubtful because this information is all public and people would get really fucking suspicious.
Well, they'll just...
There is...
I mean, they'll, like, they'll wait a while.
It's the worst... killing her right now would be one of the worst mistakes they could ever make.
What if...
You know,
what if someone in the alt-right kills her?
That's never gonna happen because the alt-right hates the left.
The alt-right just flails tiki torches around.
It's not gonna happen because this exposes what the left did wrong.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
And
I just find
to
it
their advantage.
Yeah, I
the
know.
The alt-right isn't very smart, though.
I just thinking, if someone killed her, wouldn't that then cause? Oh, then they'd probably good luck killing someone and not having it come out that you did it. They could try to blame it on the
alt-right, but the alt-right, when you get right down to it, has no motive here.
They don't.
And that's the suspicious thing, because
what if the
it would
motive?
be to their advantage to promote her book.
What if the motive is to make it look like someone else had a motive? I'm sorry.
I knew where you're going with this, Neil, but you can't really argue with it.
I'm sorry. It's the stupidest idea I've ever had, but I got FI to actually talk, so. Oh my god! No, I forgot she mentions 1984.
Oh yes.
The thing is, I'm hanging out with TeamSpeak with friends at the same time. So.
Oh, you're cheating on us in real time. Oh, you horrible person.
Excuse me? We're not dating, Neil. Get that out of your head, you degenerate.
I meant us, the group, you weirdo.
So, let's see. I don't know. There's a whole lot else to this.
Not yet. When her book
Right.
actually comes out, I'm sure there's going to be a lot. But the question is,
Oh,
how
yeah.
much is going to trickle out before then?
So, since we were talking about degeneracy, let's move it on to Hollywood here, because some allegations have come out about some more people. The big one being here, Charlie Sheen.
Yes, Charlie Sheen's. What were the details of that one?
Apparently Charlie Sheen, had taken advantage of a 14-year-old boy on the set of a movie I'd never heard of. Oh, I think it was Corey Haim he took advantage of, which was the actor who later killed himself. Corey Haim, that's it.
Oh, that's oof. Well, then again, they always end up either screwed up,
Tragic.
or dead.
Yeah. Yeah, because Corey Haim, he was one of the guys that came out and was talking about the pedophiles in Hollywood along with Corey Feldman. And then Corey Haim had killed himself sometime shortly after that. But apparently, Corey Feldman had stated that it was Charlie Sheen that was one of the people that...
Wow. So, I guess, and that didn't get out until now, basically, or was that known back
Yeah,
then?
it didn't
People
get
just
out
didn't.
until like just a couple days ago. Trying to see what... Are you serious?
Trying to load archives of pages and finding none of them archived. This is odd.
Yeah, like, I'm looking at the Charlie Sheen hashtags now, and it's all about, like, promoting his new movie or something. Like, they're covering up, like, all the...
He has a new movie.
Apparently,
What is
yes,
it? What is it? So I don't see it.
Something about 9/11.
Oh. Of course it is. Oh, they actually have a section for scandal.
We're trying to... What the set of the movie was. The movie is called Lucas, I think?
Yeah, on the set of Lucas is where this was said to happen. If I recall correctly, between two trailers or something. Yeah, so actor Charlie Sheen is denying he raped late child star Corey Haim some 30 years ago on the set of Lucas. A claim by Haim's friend and fellow actor, Dominic Bruskia? Bruskia?
Here's to hoping that Hollywood burns to the fucking ground from all this.
I'm hoping it does, but
It's looking like it.
here's the thing, though. Whenever
Like, really, outside of Mel Gibson, who else in Hollywood is really any good other than
I like a
Baldwin?
few TV actors here and there that are all horrible, but I still like them. So here's the problem. When things get crazy enough, they can reach the moral. There's two possible directions they go. They can hit the moral panic level, or they can hit the "there's so many accusations we don't care anymore" level. That's the split basically. Where a moral panic is normally not about people but about a thing. So, and this is about people. So this could go the same direction all the stuff about Bill Clinton went originally, where it's just bimbo eruptions, according to Hillary Clinton. This it could burn out.
The thing is, and the reason that I think it might not is because it seems like, for once, the feminists are on board with taking these guys out too. So, like, a lot of the left is pushing this.
Yeah, but
yeah,
but what will they replace Hollywood with? Femiwood? What?
They probably would, but then they'd have to burn that down too when they realize the cause of this is their feminist allies.
Well, there would just be no feminist allies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
it'll be like an inverse of ancient Greek. Every play, as they say, would just be women. All of them.
ew.
uh,
Go full Hoppa and purge the degenerates in Hollywood.
Well, it seems like
Best
we're on
option. Physically remove them, so to speak.
I'm not involved in that. That's you, police. That's him. I'm innocent. I'm not.
We're gonna privatize the police for Sneal.
Oh, it's a good thing I've been saving money then.
Apparently, another one of these Hollywood sex pests is director Brett Ratner. Apparently, he's like sexually harassed Ellen Page.
What the heck is that noise?
Yeah, what is that? That's not me.
The stream can't hear it, so.
Okay.
But that was intriguing. Oh, it's Fox. Thanks, Fox.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, who else? There was Charlie Sheen, but there were other ones too.
Like you said, Brett Ratner.
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. That's another one that's popping up a lot.
And he's admitted it.
Well,
yeah.
Isn't his a little bit different though? I want to make sure I got the right person. Yeah. I don't. It depends on what the ages of these people were, but I wasn't his that he would he'd go up to women, and he'd ask if he could jerk off in front of them, and then if they said yes, he did.
Wow.
Which is like, he asked for consent, so the only problem would be ages after that.
Right. So,
That's really freaking weird.
That is weird. I mean, you can make a case for like sexual harassment, but
That's degenerate.
I saw people.
There's a difference between degenerate and illegal, though.
I saw people digging up some of his.
Yeah, but there's overlap too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I saw people digging up one of his comedy routines where he makes jokes about raping a dead child because, well, they're dead, so they're not gonna, it's not harming them. And I mean, that is how comedy works. You're violating expectations, which is what makes humor. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't go after him for that series of jokes because that's what they are. They're jokes. They're extremely distasteful, but they're still jokes. But this is the weirdest one of all of them, though. It's like, how polite do you think he was when he asked? Or do you think he was just crass, like, hey, can I jerk off in front of you? Or...
He probably went like full white knight about it.
Full milady?
Yeah, full milady.
Freaking fedoras, man. Can never trust them.
Well, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, dear. So, we got any others?
The fedoras are getting purged along with the rest of the leftists.
I'm literally asking
So to
if we
speak.
have any others, and it's just, how many of these are there?
Yeah, they're
Holy
Hollywood
shit.
people. I mean,
they're
think
just right
we've
there.
named Weinstein and Kevin Spacey. We named them the last couple weeks.
Updated 5:15
Louis C.K.
today Eastern
Louis.
Standard. He admitted stories were true right there. So relatively recently he admitted it.
All right.
He's apologized, he's expressed remorse. That's not necessarily apologizing, but guess what crashed again? Bloody hell.
Did anything ever come out about Dan Schneider? I mean, because there was clearly something weird going on there.
Schneider, echo, echo, echo.
Let's not start the echoes here. I have enough audio problems. I'm not even sure if I volume leveled us properly. I might be a mouse right now. I don't know.
No, you're all right. Right now.
It's time to start naming the Jew.
That should be a game mode in Gary's mod, actually. Get back to me on a design. I will try and see if I can program that.
That would be nice. You should talk to Templar about that.
Oh God.
It's like, what's the rules
That
of
would
that?
be the best thing ever, actually.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I want my name on that now, actually. It would probably get removed from the workshop now that I think about it, because, I mean...
Not really, considering that there's, poll Steam groups, so...
Yeah, no, but the workshop mod for, I think it was Stellaris, or maybe it was another one. The one that made... The haplotype mod that made everybody white for the humans, that got pulled.
Yeah,
And it was literally called, like, Eurasian haplotype mod or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
It got pulled for races. Well, it got pulled because of the comments.
Oh
Interesting.
dear.
I was looking at the chat. Mookie's talking about feminist Hollywood would be more interesting than our current Hollywood. It's probably not wrong. Mainly because
It would be entertainingly awful, but what we really need is more independent media.
That's probably.
Yeah.
Although indie movies tend to be left.
It's kind of funny how Google pretty much killed that on YouTube. Well, not completely, but effectively.
Yeah. I think there will be alternatives.
But effectively, that's pretty much what they did when they started pandering to the corporations and trying to turn YouTube into TV.
Yeah.
Like,
And
seriously, people went to YouTube because they wanted to get away from TV, because TV was starting to turn to shit.
I've said before how they fucked
Alright.
that up too, because they could have done it good, and they fucked it up.
Oh, I'm sure they could have done it.
Just imagine if you watch a show through YouTube TV, and now that you finish the show, it does the related video thing, only like through a menu, so it's not like stupid. It just shows normal TV, but it give you related videos from YouTube about the show you watched. But they don't allow that; they isolated it.
Right. Yeah, that would have been a good.
No, I think if we made the game mode similar to Trouble in Terrorist Town, then that's actually like just Secret Juden, and I mean, no.
So, since we're on the kind of finish this topic over, we got one more. I'm gonna bring Wooly Ram on. Who's asking?
I am so glad we're using Discord, and I just don't have to press any buttons or fight with anything at all when we add people.
Yeah, it is really
Quite
nice.
handy.
Let's go ahead and throw. I'm gonna bring Wooly Ram in because he was asking to specifically come in when we talked about Saudi Arabia because he had a lot of insight on.
Yes, I have some things to say about this topic, but not that much because I'm only aware of a few things.
Yeah, I imagine he's probably knows. He should be here hopefully shortly.
If he understands that we're through Discord.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're bringing people in through Discord now, so join the call there. Maybe. I don't know. Did we lose him?
I'm trying to figure what story do I even pull up first for this? I mean, there's so many damn stories for what's going on over there. There's the water problem. There's the
I think the most interesting thing is the rest of the princes, because one of them is, of course, a major investor. In fact, I believe the major investor in Twitter.
It's pretty awesome what's happening to Saudi Arabia right now. So many of their princes are getting in trouble for corruption charges.
To respond to chat, Cuphead was already problematic.
Yeah, Cuphead was problematic before it came.
I mean, first it was too hard, and then it was racist.
Not to mention the devil's the villain.
Woolly Ram is now in the chat. The question is, can he talk?
Good evening.
Hey there, William.
Yes, he can.
Excellent.
To take over the world, Brain?
At some point. Join the Jewish cabal and see if we can start getting the plan working.
Oy vey.
Indeed.
So
So you said you had a lot of insight as to what was going on with Saudi Arabia?
Don't know about a lot, but I have some.
Okay, yeah.
So one of my co-workers is an Arab.
Okay.
He's a bit of a history buff and a political nut. Those things generally, go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So, let's see, I actually even wrote a list here, because he was showing me a bunch of intelligence reports and others. Looks like I lost the list. Anyway.
Never trust a hook nose.
Oh, quite a lot.
I'm only teasing now, Woolly Ram. Don't worry about it.
In all honesty, I mean, I grew up in Israel, so the whole anti-Semitic thing really doesn't really register.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's good. Because if it did register, I think we might have. Let's not go into that. Oh, more have been detained. Okay, so yeah.
Really?
Oh my god.
I guess
Let's get some background going on here, okay?
Yeah. So there is the king. There is the crown prince, who was somewhat recently selected to be the crown prince. I believe he was not expected to be the prince that was going to be the crown prince. So there's some tensions due to that, and also since he's become the crown prince, he's been doing certain things. Is he the one responsible for the limited driving that women can now do?
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's part of the entire Arab world, such as it is. Specifically, they have a specific political union, but they have all under the table agreed to start modernizing.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily because of him that the modernizing's happening. He just happened to become the crown prince around when they started doing it, or is he part of it?
Okay, so let's start laying down some background. The various Arabian nations are not nations in the Western sense.
Okay.
Well, to put it bluntly, they're primitives. They still live mostly in a clan structure. Family and blood ties are much more important than competence or education.
I see.
So, for fuck's sake. Anyway, this is applicable to the entire Arabian Peninsula. If you think of a map of the Middle East, think of that whole little bit that juts out.
Yeah.
From Jordan down into the Indian Sea.
Okay.
So that whole place is Saudi Arabia, the Emirates,
Yemen, right?
and Yemen. So first thing, stop thinking of the area as an conflict of nations, and think of it more as a conflict of clans and religions.
Yeah,
as much as Arabs, as much as not Arabs, but as much as Muslims, the more fundamental types, hate Christians and Jews and general idolaters, they hate each other to impressive degrees. Specifically, the split between the Sunnah and the Shia.
I know that at least some areas here, the national boundaries don't even mean much of anything. Where it's actually the tribal, where the tribes are broken up. That's really important.
Yes.
I'm just don't remember exactly which ones that was, but it's probably most of them, honestly.
Yeah, I'd say basically the only real, out of all the Arab states, the only one that actually really acts like a state is Egypt. And that's just because it has a very, very, very long history.
I'm curious if I can bring up a tribal map or not. But probably not.
The various
Ooh.
princes are all heads of family of the different tribes and clans and families.
Because I know the royal family in Saudi Arabia is actually quite large. So there's lots of
Yes.
princes that have almost
Because
no authority.
the various clan heads intermarried. That's how they
Yeah.
tried to create a semblance of unity.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Now,
post it.
okay. Now this map also has a very good some very good ancillary things. Look at Iran. Nice there, smack in the middle.
Okay, I'm gonna pull that up.
Yeah,
Axis on the south of the Indian Sea, axis on the north of the Caspian Sea.
that's
Now,
something that relates to the tribes, or I think it might.
Now here's another thing to take into consideration. The Egyptians, the Saudis, and the Iranians are all different people. They're different tribes completely, and the Turks as well. That's also another completely different tribe.
Yeah.
So the how to put it, the Western illusion that the entire area is one, it's all Arabs is well, it's an illusion. And if you'd call an Iranian an Arab, he's quite likely to smack you across the face.
Same with
That's an
Turk.
insult.
Yeah. I
Likewise
can
with the
confirm.
Turk and vice versa. Etc. With the Egyptians, and it's a mess. Anyway, so you probably all remember that Trump has spent the last 2 weeks in the Far East, Korea and China.
Yep.
So can you go back to the map before?
The map.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Hopefully that's the map you meant.
The map that one. Okay. So, okay, it's not showing. Oh, all right. Oh, yeah, it's on delay.
If
I want to see it
you on a
large in
phone?
Discord. No, I'm at home.
right,
On the computer.
right click on the video in Discord and click focus participant.
Lovely.
There you go.
All right. So, I hope you'll excuse me here again, because as an ANCAP, I'm going to go on the whole economic shtick.
That's
Feel
fine.
free.
So,
Austrian school, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
broadly, yeah.
Good.
Anyway, I mean, ANCAP doesn't make sense unless you're an Austrian, unless it's an emotional position. All right, so just about everything in the world that we use nowadays, from the bottles you drink your soda from and beer, to the chips in your phones and your computers, the clothing you wear, the button that keeps your clothing closed, everything. It's all currently being manufactured in India, Malaysia, China, Singapore, the Philippines. All that entire block, that's where everything is being manufactured. Okay. So if you go back to the west, yeah. See this? You have to focus really down there next to Egypt is the Suez Canal. That's where everything is being brought through to Europe, and also a lot of the trade to the the East Coast, New York, and all that. Also goes through the Middle Eastern Sea. So this is, call it economically. This is why the area interests anyone at all. This is why anyone cares about what's happening here. It's this goddamn canal.
It's not even the oil like a lot of people like to say. I mean, that's nice and all,
but it's just keeping the sea safe. That's all.
Yeah, this is
actually
very important.
Actually, my grandfather was during World War II was a Royal Navy commander.
Gotcha.
Running from essentially Suez to where what would be now Pakistan.
Yep.
which is actually one of the more boring areas of the war.
The war, yeah.
Well, if there's ever a war, you want to be in the boring areas.
You're not wrong. My grandfather
So-
trained.
Now, to continue trying to cleave all the sides here down, you basically have the USA-backed faction, which is Israel and Saudi Arabia. You have Iran, which is searching for local dominance. You have the Turks, specifically, what's his face? Great, I forgot his name. Who is currently doing a very good job in eradicating the legacy of Ataturk.
Yeah.
Erdogan? Is that his name?
Yeah, Erdogan, and he basically wants to rekindle the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah.
Right.
Local Arabs here in Israel think he's a megalomaniacal. Yeah, you get the point. Local Arab,
Megalomaniac.
local Arabs
Yeah.
think he's a complete and utter nutcase.
Probably not wrong.
I would know. I live in nut country.
Yeah. That tiny
I
strip of
actually
land
do.
there in the armpit of the Middle East. Yeah, that's where I live.
Oh,
Now-
God.
So the whole thing that's going on right now is why I actually don't know the answer to this, but it looks like the entire America with its proxies in the area is trying to enclose Iran, which I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe because Iran is actually making real strides towards atomic weapons.
Well, the reason why is a lot older. It's basically it's just the simple fact that Iran doesn't want to be dominated by the United States.
Gotcha.
And hasn't been since Khomeini.
Since
took
the
over.
Shah was deposed, yes.
Yeah, Shah was deposed.
I had never realized. Yeah, look at this. Afghanistan on the right, Iraq on the left, Saudi Arabia on the bottom left.
Iran is a bit like Germany, because of its location. They're
We're in
surrounded
the
by
middle of
everyone.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, Iranians don't think of themselves as Iranians. They think of themselves as Persians, as inheritors of the great legacy of the Persian empires.
So
Oh,
they
that's
basically
interesting.
want to try and conquer the surrounding territories around them, like Germany does every now and again.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know if that's
both
good.
of them do it out of necessity because they're surrounded on all sides.
Mm.
And also
it keeps
consider that.
backfiring for Germany,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, well, consider that both. Well, Germans actually not, but the Persians were civilized long before the Europeans even thought about putting two sticks together.
Yep. Yeah.
So, this whole mess that's going on right now in Saudi is one small step in an attempt to start modernizing the Middle East. The specifics I remember from the various reports I remember reading were okay. So Qatar and their so as usual, the United States is going to be a guarantor for peace and the survival of various dynasties, specifically the Qatari and the Saudi. Sooner or later, you're going to start hearing noises from the Arab League about agreeing to Jerusalem as the capital of the Jewish state.
Okay. That's interesting.
You're probably going to start hearing more and more about Saudi's involvement in Yemen, and they're involved there because Iran is involved there, because Iran is also funding Hezbollah, which is a Sunni. Are they Sunni or Shia?
They're
Sorry,
Shia.
I don't recall which one is which. So you have the whole
they're-
Shia-Sunni speech, and also another thing on the side is the Prime Minister of Lebanon has escaped Lebanon, and the Saudis have basically told all Saudi citizens in Lebanon to get the fuck out. And that's where Hezbollah is mostly, is strongly entrenched.
Yeah, but basically what's happening is Saudi Arabia and Iran are using Yemen as a proxy war against each other.
Gotcha.
Because there was a.
From my understanding of the war in Yemen, the Saudis have Yemen essentially surrounded with a naval blockade, and however, they've not really made any serious ground. Actually,
Yeah, it's
pushing
Yemen
out
is
the
Yemen
Shia.
is mountain country, so it's very hard to conquer.
Yeah, so they haven't made any ground actually pushing out the Shia militias, and of course the Shia militias just a few days ago fired a rocket
Or
at
missile.
Riyadh,
Yep,
which is of
came.
course Saudi Arabia's capital.
I
Yeah,
believe
they
the
took out a
rocket was.
helicopter, didn't they?
Oh, did they actually? I didn't know. I thought they attacked a ground thing. No, they attacked a ground thing, and I think the anti-missile system they're using actually stopped the missile, but it still crashed into the target. You know, destroyed as a destroyed missile. But
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, they
basically.
I know
found.
like, a helicopter, and I think one of the princes died.
Yeah, I think that was a different incident. There was a helicopter or plane. The news depends on like changes depending on what news you're reading. There was a helicopter or a
Okay.
plane that crashed, and a prince died in that, and apparently it was one of the more notable princes. There's
Yeah, he was like a deputy regional governor.
yeah, there's the corruption purges going on right now in the direction of westernizing, and it sounds like there may in fact be some corruption in there. Um, and then we have this missile, which they're saying was an Iranian missile, but was fired from Yemen into Saudi Arabia.
Hmm.
I guess they got
Yeah.
it into Yemen by sea, if that's true.
Yeah, there's a lot of smuggling going on.
Yeah, that's also the whole thing about. Do you remember a few years back there was a resurgence of piracy?
Yeah,
Yes.
like Somalia.
So it was this area.
Oh yeah, look,
Just
Somalia
you
right
see
here.
the Horn of Africa, Somalia, Eritrea, Yemen, Oman, Ethiopia. That's where the pirates were waylaying merchant ships.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so around the Gulf of Aden and south also. Yeah, so basically a lot of different things are happening very quickly and simultaneously over there. I'm hoping.
The thing is, because Trump is actually competent, he's actually getting shit done. The whole region was sliding backwards during Obambi's presidency, and Trump is putting the screws back on.
Yep.
Now, I'm sure there are some people, although they're not listening to us, obviously, but they would find that absolutely incredible and unbelievable. In fact, someone, Fi put a map in our in our little chat here that he wanted to show at the end, but I think I might pull it up now just because of how funny it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Coyote Con posted a map too that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the map
That's
I
funny
linked,
before,
Dan Wolfgang said show it on stream.
Hold on. Oh, if I. Oh.
The left accidentally made this a great meme for us. The world according to Donald Trump.
I like how there's two
And
Trump
it's not
towers
wrong.
here. Oh, this is JPG to hell, though.
Asian Mexicans and wall experts over in China.
Yep. But hey, this map isn't entirely inaccurate.
I like how Trump Tower is depicted as a phallus.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what
that
those
is
are.
pretty
Trump
funny.
towers. Okay. Anti-Muslim moat built by the founding fathers.
Holy shit!
This just makes us seem more badass. Well,
Hold on.
Obama's homeland.
Atlas of Prejudice. Oh, got it. Auto
Holy
completes in
shit.
Chrome, even though I've never been
Tweet
there.
this out. Don't just leave it in the stream. Tweet it out. The world needs to see this.
Yeah, retweet it.
Well, I mean, here's the
Oh.
original tweet. Oh, right. I have to actually do it in my other window where I'm logged in. But
Yeah.
Beautiful.
okay. I wonder if I can. Hold on. Maybe I can
Operate
find it.
successfully.
I don't know why that's such a horrible JPG. Because the original map is much nicer. Here, I'll pull up the original version. There we are, much cleaner and less damaged.
Anyway, that entire mess of words I just spilled into your ears is an attempt at explaining what the fuck is going on in the Middle East and why.
Is it
Would
odd if I
explain a
say
lot.
makes sense?
That's
Yeah,
the whole modernization thing's particularly interesting. Like that legitimately surprises me. Really. I'm not necessarily opposed to that. I don't know that that's a bad thing. It's a interesting thing.
The problem is that in order to achieve modernization, you need a structure that's capable of being non-corrupt.
Mm,
And for that,
yeah.
you need the European ability to, prefer structure and competence over family.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen anytime soon, in my
yeah,
opinion.
not with the Saudis.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put much stock on the whole genetic thing, then the only way to stop this familial preference is for populations to start to completely stop what's it called? Consanguine marriages. There's a dependency between strong familial bonds and the more intermarried a family is, the less open it is to cooperating with strangers.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
It's an actual
like
genetic thing. It's not a matter of it's not something you're taught. Is her blog still on?
I'm sorry, I'm just looking through this map still. I'm surprised that Canada is softies. I'm surprised it's not something like blue-balled snow rapists. Because it's cold up there.
Nah.
Well, if they were snow rapists, then we'd have to build a wall into Canada also. Which,
Yeah, but it's so
I don't know
cold it
about
fell
idea.
off. Hence why they're softies.
You're thinking
Like,
too
look.
deeply into it.
I always do that.
That's
Let's go back to the.
yeah.
So let's see.
Coyote Khan had a map that he posted also. That's
Oh, he did. Okay, actually, that's
yeah.
a good
Let's
one.
humorous but more relevant.
What all the red smears on it?
The red smears are, well, basically the green in it is the Shia-controlled areas, so the Iranian loyalists. The red is the central government, which is, of course, on the side of Saudi Arabia, and the white is actually Al Qaeda.
Oh wow.
Huh.
Oh.
Which is, of course, Sunni.
What's the blue?
USA?
I have no clue, actually. Especially because they actually don't tell you.
Yeah, it's not in the key, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Might be just independent areas.
Does the U.S. have military bases in Yemen, or just
Oh, no.
presence?
No, U.S. hasn't. Basically, my understanding about the U.S. is that they only sometimes use the port in Aden to occasionally refuel and restock. Because that's actually where the USS Cole was bombed. Was in Aden.
I'm actually legitimately surprised we don't have bases in Yemen. Bases freaking everywhere else.
Probably have bases around Yemen.
Now, the big U.S. base in the Middle East is actually Bahrain. That's where U.S. fleet in the region is actually situated.
That's in the Emirates, right?
Let's see. Emirates are
The
I've
Emirates,
gotten
they're
I had close.
No, no,
numbers.
Bahrain's a
Don't
separate
everyone.
country, but it's a situation where I believe they have
It's right here.
a Sunni sultan, but a mainly Shia population.
Oh, jeez.
So basically,
One
the
of
U.S.
those.
is basically there stabilizing the situation.
What are you doing, Neil?
Brave, when
Like,
you mouse
100
over a
different-
tab, it shows a preview of the tab instead of just mousing
Oh,
over
that's
it.
right. Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use Chrome next time because holy shit.
okay. Yeah, I was to say it's just like
Anyone want to have a seizure?
yeah. So you're giving me epilepsy with throwing all these maps.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eichenwald.
I give you the next Eichenwald, like.
That depends. What do you show your children?
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the stage where I'm showing my little boy tentacles yet.
Okay. So,
Tentacles.
is there anything else that we haven't mentioned that's happened? We've had the planar helicopter crash that killed a higher positioned prince.
Is there something about like drinking water?
Oh yes, there was something about water. I know nothing about that one, so I'm sorry I can't add anything.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this either.
Because that sounds like it would be very important, actually.
Well, in the Middle East, water is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, water scare in the Middle East. When was this? That's not.
I heard a
news.
little bit about it, but I'm not.
Also, where specifically is the scare happening?
I thought it was what's the city in the middle? Like Radaya?
Radio.
Radaya.
Well,
Yeah.
first start with the country, please.
Riyadh. Oh, Saudi Arabia. It's
Okay.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
like in Riyadh, like they're running out of drinking.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Riyadh is right in the middle of the
Right in the
country.
dead center of the desert.
Yeah, here it is. Look at that. It's basically the place all the roads go to.
And that's probably why it's the only city in the desert.
Oh, you want to hear some random trivia about where the princes that were arrested are being held?
Sure.
That.
They're being held in Riyadh in the Ritz-Carlton.
That's interesting.
Which is interesting. Which is actually interesting because, if I remember correctly, my grandfather was later on in his life was a executive for Shell Oil, and he had to go to Riyadh on occasion, and he usually went to the Ritz-Carlton for work. And it's very interesting because one of the things is in Saudi Arabia, alcohol is completely illegal.
Yeah.
Well, he always happened to have a bottle of scotch waiting for him in his hotel room.
Really?
Oh,
it's
yes.
only legal. It's only legal if you're poor.
Exactly.
That's,
Basically, it was a situation where he knew not to thank anyone for it.
Well, there you go. It's right here. It's right there. Oh wow, there's a road built all the way around it. That's impressive. Oh no, that's just a piece of it. Wow. Okay.
That's really nice.
Wait, why is one of these roads not? That's weird. This circular road here, which is probably, you know, that there's the front entrance there. There's the little courtyard with a bed on it for some reason. The square road that goes around it isn't on the map.
Maybe it's
Google, you failed. You failed me. You don't even have 3D data. We should have 3D data. I mean, how many tomahawks have we had in this area in the past? They work by scanning ground radar. Shit.
Although I don't think they use the telemetry for mapping purposes.
Oh, I know. Oh wow, it's like the one green square. Look at that. They have a lawn. That's how Ritzy the Ritz-Carlton is. They have greenery.
Yep.
Of the greener. Yeah, I would say that's like smack dab in the center of the desert, man.
Man, if
Yeah.
I wanted,
Even here in Israel, getting lawns is difficult.
if I had switched to satellite mode, I could have just zoomed into the green thing. It would either be a farm or the Ritz-Carlton. Okay, that's enough of that. So they're being
Oh
held
wow!
there.
Maybe Con posted a image of like what it looks like from the front.
Yeah, yeah,
nice.
the front entrance. It's really nice.
It is really nice.
Say what you like for or against Arabs, they don't do things in half measures.
Yeah.
Wow! Shit! Look at that! Oh, am I stuck here? Can I not move? Help! I'm being detained! Yeah, it's not... Oh, there's photospheres. That's what's going on.
Oh, okay. That is really nice.
Oh!
You can actually go inside.
Let's go out this in here. Who walked around with the Google camera backpack in here?
Wow.
Who got the assignment for that? What lucky bastard!
Can I also be imprisoned in this hotel?
Exactly.
I mean, do
Wow.
I get internet too, or?
Yeah.
Wait, is it just these two rooms? I am imprisoned in this hotel right now. There's only these two rooms.
You know, I'm not even gonna complain. This is
I'm help.
yeah.
I can't find a way out. Where's the door? It's not there. Okay, it's got to be here. There's also no door. Where's the door? Where is the door? Oh, it's probably like a middle room that I'm jumping over or something.
Yeah. You probably can only access the two rooms, I imagine. Still, wow.
Wonders
yeah.
of modern steam technology.
And then there's
Yeah, that is-
another. Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
That candle's crooked. Right there. See? Look at it. It's crooked.
It's slightly off.
Slightly off.
And if you reported that, somebody would probably get executed.
Probably.
Oh, shit. I hope is YouTube blocked there?
Somehow I have a feeling our channel is blocked even if YouTube isn't. Ooh. That's
Actually,
the,
a lot.
that's the time.
Most VoIPs are blocked in Saudi Arabia. Because
That's
I live in
interesting.
Israel, so in online like automated matchmaking systems match me a lot with people from Saudi Arabia, and they can't use voice.
Oh wow.
Automatically blocked by their ISPs.
Oh, that's interesting. But they can use text in games, but they can't talk.
Yep.
Weird. I guess they're shape controlling the packets that they recognize as VoIP. They're just killing them. That's interesting.
That's cool.
Oh, also, there's a car in here.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna Allah Akbar with this car though. It's a Phantom Coupe. Does that mean we're out of stuff?
I think so. The fact that we're totally scooping out the Ritz-Carlton in the middle of Saudi
Hey,
Arabia.
look, some proto KKK members.
Oh, I was just gonna say some locals.
I like how those guys over there are not wearing.
They're not wearing the headdress.
Like
They're just like regular dudes.
Clearly, they're used to the air conditioning, and these guys are wearing their own air conditioning.
Those are like the token Americans.
So, if that's everything, I think you said you wanted to show people Brianna Wu's
Oh yeah, we can
First-
end on that note.
Oh God.
first campaign ad, not the second. I haven't seen the second one, but it seems kind of normal.
The second one seemed kind of boring, and I don't want to advertise Brianna Wu, but the first one looked really funny.
Everyone's probably seen this, but I think we're gonna pop it open anyway. I just gotta find it real quick. Where did I put you?
Don't vote for Brianna. Well, I mean, unless you want to make Congress more of a joke than it is already.
It might be funny if she gets in.
It might be. You know, I was gonna say it would definitely make C-SPAN entertaining.
And it is Massachusetts.
Yeah.
What's
So they're
Massachusetts?
going to be sending a Democrat anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what would be more entertaining, having her in Congress or having her meltdown when she loses.
Now I'm wondering if I saved it or if I have to go grab it. I think I might be a dummy.
A
and
bit
save it
pedantic.
first.
Don't call what's his face she.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
It's an automatic thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just
Pretty
gonna.
cool with that advertisement. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. This is.
I'm just
this is
looking for the link real quick to see where I put it, but I don't know where I guess it was in this chat room.
Yeah. So yeah, we did put a link in the chat room.
Campagan. There it is.
Do you also remember weird English words by phonetically miswording them?
What example?
Like he said now, Campagan. Because if it was spelled as if it was written as it is said, there would be no G in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a
Campaign?
mental. Yeah, that's a mental device. Oh no, it says I already have this file. What the flying foogery?
That's what happens when
And
you
it's-
have a mutt like.
It's downloading it anyway. Why? No, I
Really,
don't.
fighters of Congress doesn't need any more retards. Congress is all retards, man.
Okay, guys. I gotta make sure my audio mixes are all back on. What the hell is that?
Ew.
Hold on. You guys heard that? That's actually not supposed to be playing right now. I'm kind of confused where that's coming from.
Probably one of your 10.
I don't even have that many. Hold on. What have I
Only
done?
1,200 tabs open.
Where the fuck is that coming from? I'm glad it's not being sent to the stream right now.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll get it. Where the fuck is this? This could have been playing the whole time for all I know.
Technical difficulty.
We'd be done if not for this. Hold on.
That's
Okay.
alright. This is worth it. This really is. This is it's pretty funny. I mean, it's
Okay. It turns out something's been playing audio this whole time. And no one could hear it though because I had it turned off. But one of the news sites has been playing audio the whole time. There it. I just closed it. I
Okay.
just rapidly closed shit until it stopped.
Gotcha. Glories of autoplay.
Okay, so now that I actually have this file, I think.
is it looting? It's
No.
not, but it's almost. This is like so terrible. It's amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna turn on the audio to both of you first, get it open and pause it, and then. Come on. And now, go to theater. Oh.
That's fine.
Do.
I like her.
Okay. Is everyone ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I haven't heard this with audio yet.
Okay,
I only saw the visual.
I hope everyone can hear this. I'm just double checking real quick. Wave is set to on. Okay. Say something if you don't hear something after the text section,
Okay.
because this part's silent. The text alone. There it is. Trump has a laser.
Hey, what's up? I'm okay.
What?
It's the Brianna Wu campaign coming to fight you, Donald
For
Trump.
Congress.
Oh, Frank Wu is such a manlet.
I thought everyone had seen this.
Oh.
Look at the tiny hands. The Constitution.
Paid for by Brianna Wu for Congress.
I'm Brianna Wu, and I approve this message.
Oh god.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's that.
I really hope that worked properly.
Neil, you're going to hell for that.
So, I got actually my food's ready, but really quickly before I end it, the reason I hadn't seen that yet until just a few days ago was because it was on Twitter, and every time I tried to watch it, it would stop working because Twitter videos really work for me. I was spared until now.
I just never got around to seeing it. Like, I never appeared on my shit.
Her other one's more of a normal ad, although she's on a motorcycle at one point. Or there's a motorcycle shot, whatever. Okay, I think that's it.
And it's the piece of budgeting by nothing but the profits of Revolution 60.
Oh.
You're not wrong.
I think it's time. I think it's time to officially go. Yes.
All right. Well, chat, you guys have been awesome as usual. I want to thank everybody, both in the chat and here. It's been a great show, and we'll catch you all next week.
God be with you all.
See you guys.
Adios.